Oh no! The stress of finals is taking over my life. Someone help me.
Don't worry, I'll save you with my secret chai tea. And free Wi-Fi. And homemade treats.
Oh, thank you. But who are you?
Cafe DM.
Cafe DM?
Yes, Cafe DM, located on South Ankeny Boulevard, fighting drowsiness and saving students' lives one day at a time.
Alright, you are listening to 88.1 KDPS. Alright, so many of you may know that they just released the new iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, so that's pretty cool for you iPhone users. Now, usually when they actually release the phones out to the store, there's huge lines waiting for these phones. People wait for days, so I was kind of wondering if the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus are worth it. Now, DJ KD, I know that you're thinking about getting an iPhone, so I'm going to tell you a few of the updates that they have on the iPhone 6s and get your opinion if you would be willing to wait for these. Alright, so the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, they're going to be bigger than what they currently have now. So the iPhone 6 will be 5.44 inches, 6 Plus will be 6.22 inches. So that's about an inch increase. Does that matter to you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want my phone to be too small, but I also don't want my phone to be so big it doesn't fit in my back pocket. And I heard that the iPhone 6 Plus is so big that some people have problems getting it into their back pocket, and I really wouldn't want to walk around carrying my phone all the time.
Right, that's kind of a problem. Also, you can pay now using your iPhone, so you put your credit card information, you can bring it to stores and scan your phone. So how do you feel about that?
That would make me nervous because when we download some apps, they can hack into like our personal information, and that would just make me nervous knowing that some of those apps could possibly get my credit card information or my bank information.
Right, so maybe not worth standing in line waiting up all night for.
No, definitely not. I mean, I would like to get an iPhone someday, but I don't think I'd wait in line for that.
All right, you were listening to 88.1 The Edge. You have Stay Human by Michael Franti next.
All right, Toby Keith fans have taken to Twitter and Facebook to show how outraged they were about an Indianapolis concert. Keith was apparently drunk, singing to the point where you couldn't understand him. He couldn't finish a song, and he was singing with his eyes closed. Many fans tweeted that they were so disappointed they'd never go to a Toby Keith concert again, and it was the biggest waste of money. No response has been heard from Keith or the concert venue, but I don't know, what do you guys think? He sings about drinking and going to bars, so it's kind of what he represents, but it's also a little disrespectful to fans to show up at a concert drunk like that. All right, this is The Edge, 88.1.
You're listening to KDPS 88.1. Today starts the World Food and Music Festival in downtown Des Moines. It starts today at 11 a.m. and will go to 10 p.m., same for tomorrow, same times, and then Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, it'll be all sorts of cool stuff, 50-plus food vendors that has cuisines from all around the world. So that's pretty cool. You can get it all in one spot. Also, there'll be music playing all day that the Food and Music Festival is open. So it's a good chance to get out there. It should be a nice weekend. It should be some warm weather, so good chance to get out there and see that. This will be happening on the Walnut Street Bridge downtown. All right, you're going to hear back with 88.1. Thanks for listening.
If you have another favorite station.
Many iPhone users may have noticed a new download recently. Apple teamed up with iPhone to mass produce a U2 album. Many users felt like they were hacked. This is The Edge 88.1. All right, listeners, this is DJ KD. I have a fun topic for you 90s kids this morning. Just reminiscing on some things that we had as kids in the 90s. DJ H, I'm going to read some of these off, and I want you to share with me what you remember about these from when you were a kid.
All right.
So we're going to start off with hit clips.
Oh my gosh, my cousin and I were the same age, so we got matching gifts every year. We both had hit clips. We just used each other's little clips to go in and listen to different music.
My best friend had just like a handful of those hit clip things, and like people would trade them at school.
She was a cool best friend then.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is colored ketchup.
Oh, I don't even know why that was a thing. There was like purple and green, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think my babysitter had purple, and it was disgusting. Like, I wouldn't use it.
We had both and then mixed the colors together to make an even worse color.
Ew. I don't know. Okay. So the next one is Wonder Balls.
Wonder Ball. So that's like that chocolate ball. You break it open. There's like prizes inside.
Yep, and like candy, and they were like, I think they were like Lion King and maybe some other Disney themes.
I don't think I was cool enough to get those when I was little.
Yeah, I didn't really eat chocolate when I was little, but I think I liked them just for the candy
prize,
inside. Yeah. All right, and the last one is Spice Girls.
Oh, Spice Girls movie. I still jam out to their songs.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Spice Girls fan, but I do remember some of the songs. All right, this is The Edge 88.1.
Many of you have heard of NFL player Adrian Peterson being in legal trouble for child abuse. So even though he's in legal trouble, the NFL is still paying him about $12 million. You're listening to 88.1 The Edge. You're listening to 88.1 The Edge. So the other day I was driving to work and had to stop for a big group of girls that were running across the street. They're all wearing the same shirt, so I stopped to take a look and noticed that they are from a group called Girls on the Run. So I decided to look into it. It seemed pretty cool. I found out that Girls on the Run teaches young girls how to take charge of their lives. It's a 12-week program that works with 3rd through 8th grade girls. To find more about this awesome program, you can go to girlsontherun.org. Figure out how you can maybe start one in your area.
All right, this is The Edge 88.1. Delta State University is making headlines with their girl kicker, Mary Kate Smith. Smith was a soccer player, and she was also homecoming queen this year. Many little girls and also her fellow classmates look up to her for being a girl kicker on a football team, because that is unique. Not many girls play on university football teams. When I was in high school, we actually had the same situation. One of my fellow classmates, who was a soccer player, was the kicker for our football team. And just like Mary Kate Smith, it was kind of a whim. Her coach encouraged her to try out just to see how it would go. And just like Mary Kate, my classmate was really successful with it and was also voted homecoming queen, and many people looked up to her. All right, this is The Edge 88.1.
You're listening to 88.1 The Edge. So in the past few weeks, there have been 2 airplanes that have had to divert from their course because passengers are getting in fights. What are they getting in fights about? They're getting in fights about reclining seats. So anyone that's been on an airplane, you know what it's like. It's just your seat reclines back just a little bit. Well, apparently this is too much for some passengers. One plane had to divert into Chicago. It was on its way to New York. Real fights. In one, the lady was so mad at the man that she dumped a cup of water on top of his head. So, I don't know about you guys. I usually try to be careful about it. I look behind me even, and I get to the point, like, if it's someone with long legs, maybe I won't recline my seat. If it's someone with short legs, I'm like, okay, maybe that's all right. But I guess I'll be way more careful about it now. I don't want to be getting into fights now. All right, you have The Beat Stuff by Hannah Georges coming up next.
Some kids wish to go to Disneyland. Some kids wish to meet a celebrity such as Beyonce, Demi Lovato, or even Tony Hawk. Some kids wish to see a pineapple grow in Hawaii, and some kids wish to change someone else's life. Make-A-Wish Foundation helps terminally ill children make their wishes come true. This nonprofit organization grants a wish every 38 minutes. Go to wish.org to learn how you can help make a wish come true.
You're listening to 88.1 The Edge. So by now, I'm sure all of you have heard about the leaked nudes from the celebrities through iCloud. It's kind of old news by now. What's making news lines now is that a man in Florida is making an art exhibit of these nude pictures. DJ Katie, what do you think about this? You're an art major. Is that art to you?
I mean, it can definitely be turned into art, but the question is not whether or not it's art, but how disrespectful is that? Like, that's, their privacy was already invaded, and then this man is just gonna kind of reopen a can of worms and re-invade them again.
Right, because no one is even supposed to have their hands on these pictures to start with, and now he's putting them for display, and these celebrities have definitely made it known that they do not want these pictures out there, right?
Yeah, I read that J-Law is, begging him not to do it.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I would think the same thing. I guess, moral of the story here is be careful where you store your nudes, everyone. Your phone may not be the best protected place. All right, we have Everything is Debatable by Hello Goodbye coming up next. You're listening to KDPS 88.1.
Did you know that you're going to hell? Some people view it as the epitome of happiness is when they're at church, and then others like myself view it as kind of the last place that you would want to be. I'm Jess Short. I am 20 years old and I'm from the Des Moines area. I began going to the Easton Baptist Church with my dad around the age of 3 years old. I would describe it as strictly fundamentalist. They very much believe that you are to completely devote yourself to the church. This is what gives Christianity a bad name. Anyone who was a different denomination, even a different branch of Christianity, was wrong and sinful and going to hell. When you're doing something that they think is wrong, they're going to do everything in their power to make you feel horrible for it. The church dictated how families and relationships ran. They told us what was right and wrong, anywhere from who you were friends with, what you watched on TV, listened to, and even what you wore on a daily basis. It's a very judgmental point of view just of women in general. We're still dressing modestly, and it still wasn't good enough, and we were still being told that we want attention, that we're asking for rude comments from people, and it's really disgusting looking back on it. We had a revival, which is where you have church every night for a week straight. Everyone on the last day of the revival brought in all of their Disney movies and all of their pop CDs and clothing that was not okay, and we would have a huge bonfire and we burned everything. I never really knew what was going to be expected of me that day. One day I would be the perfect Christian girl that they wanted everyone to look up to, and the next I would be corrupt and losing my way and out from under the umbrella of God's protection in their eyes. Very paranoid. That was the word that I think I could describe myself from 6th grade on. I was scared to go to the store with my parents. I was scared to go to hang out with my friends in a public place. I was just an emotional wreck. I chose to leave the church when I was 15 years old, and when I did, I was shunned, and my relationship with my dad was left shattered and practically non-existent. I went to therapy for almost 2 years, and that really helped a lot. Another thing that helped me was my friends. I was okay when I was with them. It's been a journey. Do I believe in God? Yes. Do I have faith? Yes. But religious? Not at all. When you experience something like that, with this type of judgment and push, and you have to be this certain way, it just makes any formality in a church really off-putting, because I'm just automatically afraid that it's going to turn into that again. Maybe someday that'll change, but for right now, I am A-okay with believing in what I believe in and doing that in the comfort of my own personal space. It's been a process, but I'm getting there.